Welcome to Onivia, League of Legends highlights. These are the best highlights from today's LCS matchup.
Have that 7 cam cleared. Now Boogie cancels it again, so he is really spending a lot of time.
They want to get proactive with Boogie here. Sven might be in trouble, but Boogie turns his eyes towards Isles. The Ignite is ticking down, and he knows there's no point in burning a flash, so it's first blood going over to B-Voy.
Nicely done, honestly, by Shopify. Boogie
They
did
know
spend...
that Boogie's on the top side of the map. Spica has prio from bot already gained, so this is an easy dragon to secure for the first one of the game as well.
Yep, going to be able to trade that dragon back on the other side. And Spica farming it up pretty damn well. But it is going to be very close between these two junglers, both of them trying to power farming.
Are into Leona and Cassante, something has gone horribly wrong on the other side. For Dignitas, thankfully for Isles, he's going to have a little bit more gold in his pocket thanks to that fast farming Nautilus. However, 3v1 dive. There's a teleport available from Jensen and Licorice if they want to answer back. Sven is roaming in. Jensen is already on the move. Depth charge right on to Boogie for the engage. Counter engaged by Solar Flare and the Crystal Enchanted Arrow, and Sven is gone. Insanity is here for the roam as well. So Jensen has to run back mid, and Isles is pushed off the tower.
Yeah, that was a pretty aggressive engage from Dig. They were trying to actually force this play because they had Jensen coming down, but they were down a man still, and now Dig can try to counter dive.
Slam into the wall. Swirling Seed and the Dawning Shadow for a little bit of extra damage. Fate God is getting ticked down by the Lilia passive. Spica and Licorice will re-engage the dive, and it should be clean. Not even needing to land the Swirling Seed, it's just the passive that burns.
Yeah, nicely done there by Dig. Good patience. They go for the initial play, then they allow themselves, the dots tick off, they drop the aggro, then they go for the redive when there's no cooldowns. But on bot side, another kill here. Very even in the mid lane. It's basically dead even. There's a couple minions behind for Insanity, but he also has a couple more
Boogie is in the bottom jungle again. Decent damage on his Sven. The Pyroclasm crocs the passive, and Boogie flashes in for the kill. Nice use of the last seer. Sven is down once again, and they're going to look for a dive continuing on to Isles. He's fairly healthy, but they're going to start it anyway. Teleports are coming in from both teams. Isles forces in the back off. Depth charge onto Boogie, but Zazel still burns him down from the back. Licorice arrives just to see the corpse of his fallen comrade.
Yeah, Boogie is just running this game right now. Gets a solo kill on Sven. Yeah, he does have the frozen heart, but it's difficult for him to actually walk up and challenge because this tower is getting very, very low. They do knock down the tower on the bottom side, so first turret gold going to be going to Dignitas. That's something working for them. Play towards objectives. They took one set of grubs. They got one dragon, one herald, and now they're looking to potentially set up for this bottom tier 1. Then could look to play towards that next dragon.
Engage onto the support here. Isles is locked down. Depth charge just on the Zazel to buy some time. He flashes away, but Fate God is on the hunt. The all out and the pillar of flame from Boogie over the wall sends Isles back to the fountain. And with 40 dragons on this dragon coming up, Dignitas are in a world of trouble. If they want to try and contest, it looks like this is going to be no challenge for them.
Yeah, there's no real way, I think, for them to contest. They're just looking like they're going to try to trade on top side. So they do take down the top lane. And we'll just see if he can find an angle. You know, I do think it's a very hard Lilia game, but at the same time, if you can find that perfect angle, get a Q flash on multiple of these carries.
It's not like he hasn't done it before. Now, Spica has definitely done it before. We'll see if he can bring it back for this series against Shopify. Trying to lay siege on that tier 2 in the top side. And Shopify is actually going to move some members over to defend it. A Swirling Seed from Spica does not land on a Fate God, will not push him away. 20-minute mark. Shopify are already trying to challenge for vision in the river. Licorice is the first one in. Isles and Sven coming over to clear some vision in that lime brush as well. Dignitas want to set up something, but Zazel lays a trap. The arrow follows Sven even after the flash and cleanse. Dignitas lose their bot laner once again, and Shopify have full control.
Crushing through these frontliners.
2 full items for both him and Insanity on the other marksman in this composition. And the fact that Boogie had already hit Leandri's Rallies quite some time ago, they are extremely favored in these fights. The only member on the side from Dignitas that is a true carry that has 2 items is Speak on this Lilia. But it's so dangerous, as you've already alluded to at the beginning of the draft. Like, how do you, as Lilia, get into these fights without getting completely one-shot?
It's tough, and now Shopify, they're in a great spot. 2 items on both their marksmen, 2 items on their jungler, so they're just going to start up Baron. And this team shreds Baron so fast. The Baron, I think, is just dead. I don't think they're even going to get there in time, but we'll see if Dignitas can do something about this.
Yeah, Zeyzal will just make sure that Spica does not get into the pit. He locks him down. Solar Flare does not land, but he gets a slowdown. Keeper's Verdict punts out one, and now Shopify have to be careful not to give over any other deaths to the side of Dignitas. Swirling Scene connects on the Fake God. He's slowed down. Spica's going to try to land the Lilting Lullaby, and Jensen gets one back on the Fake God, and now Shopify, but the Pyroclasm is doing so much damage. Boogie being able to turn this fight around, and Insanity has turned up the Thunder and Lightning as he pops the ultimate, and he's riddling down the damage on the Licorice, trying to force him back. Isles with the Dredge line, but the Shield Bow is going to give him a little bit of health, but he still goes down anyway. Licorice gets a huge shutdown. It's a 1v3. Licorice will do everything he can to survive, but Shopify are triumphant in the battle at the Baron Pit.
Yeah, Boogie barely. It's more kills for Shopify, and Shopify pushing up bot lane, looking for this tier 2. Gonna be a pretty big lead here, and a really tough position now for Dignitas. Just like Shopify really want to get their first win, no one wants to be the team to give it to them.
Yeah, that is bragging rights for no one that you actually won. I thought about it, I was like, wait, you actually
No, it's not bragging rights.
Solar Flare and Arrow lands onto the back line. Jensen's in trouble, tries the Valkyrie away, but he still goes down anyway thanks to the burn from Boogie. Insanity lays down another one in Licorice. 2 men gone from the side of Dignitas. Spica in trouble. Insanity burning him down with the burst fire. Quick flash, the turn from Isles with the dredge line, but now he's forced to flash as well. Sven doing everything he can to push Shopify off the base, but they're making the siege anyway and undermining the structures within Dignitas' own home.
Yeah, Dignitas can't do anything at all to stop them. They get the kill on Jensen.
Insanity continues the siege on this top tier 2. The rest of Shopify making their way through the tier 2 in the mid lane. Dignitas running out of options in salvaging this game.
I mean, Insanity is so far ahead of Jensen, so it's like you kind of want to put all your eggs in the Corki basket, but Zeri just kind of out-carries from this spot pretty heavily, unless Jensen has bought so much time.
Deft charge onto multiple members under Shopify. Zeyzal's in trouble. The slam from Licorice. Maybe that's the Dawning Shadow that gets a huge shutdown for Dignitas. And that's a 5-on-4 advantage now. And it's just enough for B-Boy so he could get out of the sleep. But that seems like your best chance of turning this game around.
I agree, but it also just feels like so obviously the best chance that if I'm on Shopify, all I'm talking about is just never stack. Like, just stay spread, right? As long as the Zeri and the Brand and the Ashe are not standing on top of each other, he can Q flash in all he wants. As long as he only hits one person, I don't care at all. Like, you're going to win that fight every single time. And now Licorice in trouble.
Shopify not going to even give Spica that chance. The arrow on the Licorice sets him up for death. Dignitas now on the run. 4 versus 5. Decent Lilting Lullaby, and the Seeker's arm guard buys some time, but he gets burned down anyway. Insanity on the chase. The flash from B-Boy for the slow on his Sven. He cleanses it, but Jensen not going to be so lucky. Shopify are ready for their first win of the summer split.
Yeah, Shopify surely have done it at this point. Sven and Isles are still alive, but they got no wave clear. There's a big wave with multiple supers down in the bot, and Shopify are coming for that Nexus.
And Shopify are going to do everything they can to make sure nothing is too crazy. Stick to the fundamentals. Play the conditions out. Shopify not even chancing with Sven and Isles. They turn their eyes to the Nexus turrets. The real objective is the Nexus. Shopify fans rejoice! We will not go winless this summer split!
Long dive comp here. I haven't seen some Jhin mid and solo queue, which is why I was thinking it could be. But we'll see what they do. If they're going to bait me or not, they have to actually make their final...
What a crazy timeline would it be if Insanity went in the history books just to make that happen. But he's got to survive the game, but he kills Jensen before Spica can get in range. Shopify with the first kill of the game.
Let's go! Unfortunately, a solo kill going the other way.
Hang on. This could be a setup on the top side. Fake God with the empowered E. Blocks a lot of damage from Licorice. The flash Q for the slow. Seer flash lands it. Licorice is down.
Man, Boogie's just on fire, gets
Major
a kill.
Regions. It's mostly been in tier 2 and some tier 1 regions as well that are not major regions as well. I think I saw a lot of challengers games from LCK. I see some TCL Division 2. But a lot of the build seems to be very AG bruisery, since now that he has percentage max HP damage, it fits more with that kind of archetype. You go for Black Cleaver, Spear, Shojin, Sterix Gage.
Maybe going to try to look to find an angle here. He knows he wants to get something done.
Taking for the stun. run, but Jensen's getting cooked by Buki in the river. I don't know how that happened. The curtain call was also procced, and it looked like Insanity was setting up a pick and found Jensen alongside Boogie.
Yeah, it looked to me like Jensen is. So Jensen's trying to retreat out towards that side. Boogie comes down, the curtain call gets open, and just really escorts him straight down into the waiting arms of the jungler. Not much Jensen can do about that. That is well played, again, by Shopify.
Boogie's coming down. He had just invaded, got the red buff. Isle still has his flash, and he's trying to distract Boogie so that Sven doesn't get caught in the crossfire. Mega Inferno Bomb does a lot of damage. Ignite is ticking down. Will Boogie fall? It's not enough. Spica knows how tumultuous this fight is going to be. If they don't win this fight, this could be the catalyst that allows Shopify to close out the advantage. Here comes B-Boy with the killer instinct. Curtain call opens up, provides the slows, but a kill back onto Zeyzal will be traded by Dignitas. Fake God has already teleported in to join the fray. B-Boy super low, and the rest of Shopify are pushed off the remaining grubs.
And that's kind of what I'm talking about with the counter engage. Like, they just found Isles. Isles' digs already actually has so much pushing power, is going to make it very difficult. This top lane turret could just be going down, and now they do find Zeyzal.
Force the flash immediately. Does not want to get caught by the Dignitas CC train. 3 plates are about to go down over to Sven on the top side of the map. Boogie finishing off that dragon in the trade on the cross map. B-Boy's here with Zeyzal, but 2 versus 3, still not safe enough for them to step up to this turret. And Sven executes it with the satchel. That without any contest from Dignitas, they will be on soul point. So Dignitas' first step is to take out the mid-tier 1 between the Rift Herald and the satchel from Ziggs. Now this gives them
walking in through Zyra plants and Corky Poke is tough, but they're looking for a dive here potentially. They gotta go fast though, because Isles is coming.
Yeah, and Jensen just evaporated the wave. I think Shopify need to call this off. The flash from Jensen to get away from Boogie. Here comes the Mega Inferno Bomb. Boogie flashes it in time.
Yeah, it is just a trade of flashes at the end of the day.
Jensen to really get back on the map and challenge for space in the alongside River. So Dignitas gonna stop soul point from being achieved by Shopify, or at least the dragon that would put them in contention for soul point. Jensen and Isles now sieging on the bot tier 2. Fake God doing what he can to slow down that siege, but with Sven arriving, it's the turret destruction all over again as Dignitas continue to accelerate this gold lead.
It's so funny watching Ziggs hit a tower and then Jin this vision control here around the objectives. You want to get that vision line, and then you want to defend it with plants. Just make it really costly for them to constantly get whittled down.
Licorice gonna jump scare Fake God, but Boogie is also here, so Licorice is gonna dash over the wall and find himself face to face with Brand. The Mega Inferno Bomb will try to slow their roll, but the flash from Fake God follows up, and the burn passive from Boogie takes out the big crocodile.
Yeah, Licorice got the jump on Fake God, but honestly, it looked like he was losing that fight anyway, even with the jump. That Brand down on bot side, so Shopify get a pretty big win. They get the kill. They're going to get the bot tier 1, and they don't lose anything on the other side.
Yeah. And the window for trying to sneak.
We'll see, you know, when they actually want to look for this fight, because it's been a lot of individual picks for Shopify. The only real kind of concerted team fight they did have, they went for Isles and they ended up getting punished. And now it's a TP looking for Insanity.
Yeah, it's Licorice. Pops the dominance, but Fake God answers with a Grand Starfall, and Licorice is just going to get popped. Insanity and Boogie are forced to run. Fake God, the sacrificial lamb for Shopify to get out, but the re-engage with the curtain call, looking for those bullets and the slows. Zeyzal's back in. B-Boy arrives to the party. Can they get in there? The Deadly Flourish onto Jensen slows him down and roots him. But nothing else from Shopify can be done to take out the members of Dignitas.
Yeah, I mean, just look at the health bars. This is the problem when you're playing against Dignitas' comp. Yes, they do get that first kill, but you're spending so much of your damage to kill off Licorice that you're just eating free damage from the plants, from the bombs, from the Corky Poke, and it results in the situation. Nice catch!
Killer Instinct found Spica on a ward. He thought he was safe, but B-Boy has a Killer Instinct.
It's the big play to catch him on that recall, gets the kill, and that gets them all the way to soul point.
Yeah. The fact that Dignitas don't have the chance to do something.
And that Baron is on the map now, but they are taking the dragon down on that bottom side. So Shopify not going to be able to actually get a chance to challenge for this. Will be 2 dragons to 3. Bomb, 1250 damage, plus obviously a first strike damage, plus any sort of like other procs, he has Scorch or anything like that. He has a lot of damage, and he also actually...
Whoa, that's a deep dive. Fake God goes over the wall, but not quite, because the wall is too thick. Jensen escapes, and Isles is going to look for the re-engage. Fake God just might be toast here. That Aegis assault isn't going to stop Dignitas' own assault as they take out the top laner from Shopify.
That is actually so big because no one's answering Licorice either, so Licorice now can threaten that bot lane inhibitor. Someone's going to have to be forced to go back to answer, and if they go back to answer, then Dig could maybe start the Baron, but I really think what happened there was Jensen was still hugging the wall. He bounced just barely over. Pantheon's stun brings you right to the person. So it didn't travel over the wall because Jensen was so close to the wall itself, and ends up meaning now Jin back trying to defend. Can he chase him down here? Let's see.
He's got the movement speed.
He's fast.
He procs the Sterix Gauge. Meanwhile, on the left side, Baron has been started up. Boogie still has
the
a
predicted
flash.
W!
Oh, he predicted the W on the right side. He roots him up. Boogie tries the face check, but he's going to get blown up. Baron is secured for Dignitas. Insanity still in the 1v1 against Licorice as he pops the dominance for extra HP. The flash away. Insanity's trying to run him down, but B-Boy got Jensen, but he is taken out by Spica as well. Dignitas winning the fight on the left flank, but here comes Insanity! Curtain call! 2, 3, last one, it hits!
Oh!
Insanity! Chef Chalet will save this game for Shopify!
Jin is going crazy! The solo kill on the Renekton in the side lane, then the flanking Jin ult. It's 3 of 4 shots and comes up big time, taking out Spica to finish it off, then gets the tier 1 mid. I was just staring at the Jin play because that was really entertaining me. But we saw this really good engage from Isles over onto Boogie. They do burst him down, but the problem is
something back. Shopify have full control of the pit.
yeah, Licorice has a pretty good angle here. Mid lane obviously is fully Shopify as the wave is pushing up. Zazel's going to look for a potential flank
This is a deep
here.
flank. Jensen has flash, Sven does not. Zazel's target is going to be Sven! He's locked down, and Sven is gone! B-Boy in there with the killer instinct! The Pyroclasm, the plants, that's a lot of circles! Thank God leads the charge into the front line, and B-Boy gets one back before he falls. Jensen doing everything he can, but Insanity is ramping up the bullets, and he's gonna look for Spica next! Let me hear you, Arena! 2! Deadly Flourish! He's winding up the last bullet, and it looks like it's just going to be... He doesn't even need Boogie!
Okay, I see you, Insanity, I see you. Styling on them, finishing them off with the ulti, but what a great engage there from Zazel. Gave Sven no chance to react.
Last week ended in disappointment, coming up short against Energy, but Shopify are on the precipice of netting their first series win as Fake God leads the engage. They find the backline once again. It is Spica that's the target. Zazel goes down as a trade, but it's a necessary sacrifice as B-Boy continues to charge into the backline. Killer Instinct with absolutely no fear. He forces Isles to flash away, and Licorice is stranded away from the rest of the team. Shopify will run this crocodile down. Shopify with the teleport, an added member to make sure the execution is flawless. Shutdown goes over to Insanity. 4 members gone from Dig. Shopify, they are ready to pour this into the base.
Yeah, Shopify have done it. That's going to be that. There's only 1 member alive, and it is Isles. He's going to try to cut the wave, maybe, but Shopify are marching on the Nexus for their first series win.
This is it. Where were you when Shopify picked up their first series win of the summer split? Move on over, Dig season. It's time for Shopify Summer.
These were the best highlights from today's LCS matchup. Click that subscribe button faster than Ramus can say, okay. See you on the next one.